What's going on? Got my coffee. I'm speaking up for all of us when you think about it. Well, actually, not when you think about it. I am. Us Canadians and Americans, we're sick and tired of the immigration bullshit. We're sick and tired of people who come to our country who weren't born here, who come here, drain our resources, misuse our water system. They don't recycle properly. They just do whatever the fuck they want. They destroy our nation. We're sick of it. Time for us to take back the country. If you don't respect our country, you don't belong here. Pack your shit and get the fuck out. I'm saying it has to be said. I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say it very, very sternly for everybody to understand. All right. If you want to take advantage, and I'm gonna tell you guys something. It's not just we don't have to trust the people who are coming from India. The people who came from India. Listen, let's not forget the people who came from India turned around and did the CRA scam. Right? They were scamming people with the CRA. You don't trust anybody who's an Indian person from India. They're they're here on student visa. They claim they're here on student visa, yet they have full-time jobs. Yet they're turning around and they're the ones running the student visa scam. Same with the Filipinos. The Filipinos were doing the same thing. I uncovered that scam 2 years ago, and they made me homeless. Yep. I turned around and I discovered that a Filipino family was bringing in a bunch of their family members. Kyle, what's going on? Welcome to the channel, brother. They were bringing in a bunch of their family members through the school program. I overheard it the one night. I overheard all of it. I listened, and you know how I know? And they thought they were smart too. They were speaking in Tagalog, but little did they know, right? My ex spoke Tagalog, and I was with her for years. So I listened. I listened to everything that they were saying, bah, 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 bah. And they didn't think that I was understanding what they were saying right in front of my face, but I knew exactly what they were saying. I just played stupid. I played stupid for a while. Yep. And you know what? Now I'm gonna uncover them, and I'm gonna show a lot of you their true colors, what exactly they do when they come into our country, how they treat us, how they take advantage of our systems, how they manipulate our systems, how they manipulate it so that they can start bringing in their own family members and start overflooding our country and push us out of our jobs. It's about time we take back our country and push them right back into their own fucking country and send them fucking packing. Send them right back to their own fucking country. Especially those motherfuckers who turn around and they want to disrespect our country and they want to disrespect us citizens who are born and raised here. I'm calling on all of us citizens born here. You want to be proud? You're patriotic? You're proud? You call yourself a patriot? Show it. Stand up to this bullshit. Stand up to this, to all these illegal protests that are happening right now. Stand up to it right now. Show some fucking balls. Do something now. Quit relying on a politician to do some shit. That ain't gonna happen. These motherfuckers went to the street and they're destroying our monuments. They're taking over our cities. Time to fight back. You don't start fighting back, they're just going to turn around and keep running lawlessly and rampant. They want to play the mask game. Let's mask up, let's load up, and let's go kick their ass. Let's go beat the shit out of these people. These people want to turn around, they want to start protests in our streets. They want to do things, right? Same things in the UK. I call on the UK too. Do the same thing in the UK. UK, Canada, and the United States. It's time for us to take back our country. It's time for us to fight back. They want to play the mask game. Antifa wants to play the mask game. They want to say free, free Palestine. Yeah? We're going to say free, free our fucking country back. Let's go play the mask game with these motherfuckers. Let's go beat the shit out of them. They're on our soil. They're on our country. They're foreign invaders. They're trespassing. It's an invasion now. Rain, welcome to the channel. I'm telling you guys, I'm telling you all, I'm calling on all of you. Do it. This is now an invasion. They're violently assaulting our citizens. They're committing treasonous acts and terrorist acts on our soil. It is time for us to fight back. The fight is on our doorstep, people. It is time for us to fight. Let's take the fight to them. They want to play the mass game. Let's go play the mass game. Let's go take the fight to them. It's time we take the fight to these Palestinian protesters. They're on our soil. They're foreign invaders. They're intruders. They have assaulted so many of our citizens. Countless. Not to mention this stupid open border policy. It's about time we take back our country, people. We're at civil war now. They want to take our guns for this reason. Remember that? Kayla, welcome back, sis. Kayla knows I'm spitting facts, everybody. Why did they want to take our guns? Why were they sitting there trying to ban assault rifles and shit like that and trying to say, oh yeah, guns are bad, this and that. And then they turn around and open up our borders like this and have an open border policy? Look at the shit nightmare we're living in right now. And we have terrorists fucking protesting in all three of our continents right now. Come on. I tried to blow the whistle on this a long time ago and raise a red flag. Go, hey, stop. Hey, there might be a problem here. No, I was crazy. I was crazy because, hey, I wasn't wearing a mask. Yeah. Oh, let's not listen to him. He doesn't wear a mask and he's not vaccinated. So he must not know shit. Well, I told you so. Yep, definitely did. I'm sitting back laughing. I'm watching the world burn. Yep, I am. I know what to do. I know what to do when everything shuts off. Think about this. A lot of you haven't realized something yet, and this is the funny part. What are you going to do when they shut the cell phone service off? You think it's bad now? Wait till you can't communicate with each other. Do any of you know how to use a two-way radio? Do you know what to do when you have no more power? Do you know how to filter water? No. Soon, before you know it, and I'm calling it, and I'm telling you, be prepared. Give it a couple of years. It keeps going the way it's going, not even a couple of years. Look at France. France is going to be just the beginning. Then it's going to spread like wildfire right across the whole entire world. Sooner or later, they're going to shut off our cell phone service. We're not going to have communications with anyone. We're all going to be left to survive on our own. That's just a goddamn fact. I'm not taking the Lord's name in vain, but I'm trying to spread the word of the Lord to all of you. I'm trying to spread a message from God. I've analyzed all the events that are happening all across the world. I do it on a daily basis. I check in on everything that's going on all across the world. I analyze everything that everybody is doing and all the situations that are taking place and what that WEF organization is doing and how things are playing out and the things that I thought that were going to happen are actually taking place. And sooner or later, there will be a revolution, a revolt, because the people will revolt against the government because the government has too much power and control the way they do. And they'll try to take away our rights and freedoms, and there will be a fight. How that fight's going to go is not going to go good. No, our lights are going to get shut down. We're not going to have cell phone service. The ones that know how to survive out in the woods, you will. Eventually, people are going to start killing each other over water. Mark my words. They will. It's just a fact. Too many people are reliant on the grocery stores and on just your everyday essentials that are close to home. Way too reliant on that stuff. As soon as soon as as soon as you're out of food, what do you think? Oh yeah, I'm gonna go to the grocery store. I'll go get that. Blah blah blah. Right? Myself, if I was out in the woods, I know to go out, set my trap, go check my traps, set my traps, set new traps, go do fishing, go chop more wood for the winter time. Right? There's always something to do. How is a detox? Detox is still in the works. Still a work in progress. Yeah. It's not an easy thing to go through, but it's going. It's coffee and smoking a lot of weed, that's for sure. I had to put this out there though, and because like this whole immigration bullshit's pissing me off. Everything about it's pissing me off. There's the liberals and the Democrats are lying to all of us citizens, telling us that it's great for immigration and job growth is up, but when you look at the unemployment levels, the stats don't add up. They don't, right? Now, how many unemployed Americans, born Americans, whether you're white, black, Hispanic, whatever, born Americans, how many born Americans and born Canadians are actually unemployed? A lot. Who's working at all our fast food places? Immigrants, right? Non-born North American, right? And who's working at our gas stations, convenience stores, grocery stores, beer stores, liquor stores? Hmm. Huh. Hmm. Yeah. And yet we're unemployed, right? Kayla, thank you. I have to speak out for the people, of course, because as much more of us that do speak out about this, the better. The better. We, they're taking our jobs. They're taking our jobs. We do gotta take care of this ourselves. The government sure as ain't doing fuck all, and they're coming into our neighborhoods. Listen, oh, I'm trying to calm my nerves. They're coming into our neighborhoods, our communities, right? Our generations of our families have built these communities, made these communities safe, and we have morals, we have values that we live by, and they're all getting destroyed. It's all getting destroyed, and it's pissed me off. I'm not living in the country I grew up in. You know, I don't feel like I'm living. I don't feel like I'm living in Canada. Nope. I feel like I'm living in a foreign country. Because I'll tell you what, I'm the fucking minority in my own country. Mm-hmm. It's a fucking fact. I'm even the minority in my own neighborhood. Yeah. How'd that happen? Oh, Justin Trudeau turned around and opened our borders like a 7-Eleven. Yeah. No checks, no nothing, just come on in. Yeah. Welcome. With a great big neon sign right above Canada. Yep. You're welcome in. Yep. No checks, no nothing. Fuck. Fantastic. Yep. Everywhere I look, it's Browntown. Yep. So I'm allowed to say what I want to say because they're allowed to turn around and protest terrorist shit on my country. Well, I'm allowed to turn around and run my fucking mouth about whatever the fuck they're doing on my country soil. Because as far as I'm concerned, we need to turn around and go and beat the shit out of those fucking people. Enough is enough. They want to turn around and beat the shit out of our people? They're attacking our news reporters. They're attacking our innocent civilians. They're attacking Jewish people, our Jewish communities. For what? Because they want to? Oh, so it's okay, and there's nothing being done about it. Justin Trudeau's not doing anything about it. Justina Trudeau turned around and attacked us truck drivers for the Freedom Convoy, but that motherfucker won't turn around. That weak piece of shit won't turn around and do anything about the fucking terrorist protests that are happening all across the country. What a weak fucking sack of shit that guy is. Him and Joe Biden are fucking delusional. Those guys are the weakest fucking leaders. They're not even leaders. They're not even quarter leaders. They're not even a half a leader. They're not even a fucking. They're not even a tripod of a fucking leader. They're not even a has-been. Look at Justin Trudeau's a drama teacher. He's pretending to be a leader. He's like, I'm never gonna leave. I'm gonna be leader forever. Dude, your head's so fucking far up in the clouds. You went past the first fucking level of clouds. You're way up there. You're in space. You're a space cadet at this point. Yeah. There's a reason why aliens don't talk to us on the planet Earth, man. They're flying around with the UFOs. They're looking around at us and they're like, no, no, we're not talking to the human beings. Look at that shit. There is no intelligent life down there. Fuck that shit. Nope. We're just going to make a TV episode out of this. Yeah, I guarantee you somewhere in another galaxy, they watch us on TV. We're a sitcom episode to them. Guaranteed. Yep. So, time for us to fight back, take back the country. It's July, it's summertime. Okay? It's a patriotic month. Let's not forget what our ancestors fought for, our rights and freedoms. July 1st and July 4th are Canada Day, and oh, excuse me, Independence Day. Yeah. Happens when you smoke too much weed, you get that little lung butter in there. Canada Day and Independence Day, those days we remember, we reflect back on our rights and freedoms. Why we have those rights and freedoms. Like, why do you think you have the right to go in the street freely and do what you want, right? You can go to the store, you can go visit your friend, you go to work, you can go on vacation, you can go here, you can go there. You know, you can enjoy going for a walk whenever you want, kind of thing. In a communist country, you can't. No. So for this entire month, it's not just remembering our veterans on July 1st and July 4th. No, we carry that whole through the entire month. They said gay pride for an entire month, right? We had to celebrate gay pride. What the fuck are we celebrating gay pride? What the fuck did they do for the country? What the fuck did they do for the country? Nothing. Zero. Nada. Zip. What do our veterans do for the country? Let me tell you. Well, they put their lives on the line, number one. Okay? Then they get sent over to another country, number two, where they have no idea where they're going. Okay? So that's terrifying in itself. Okay? I should know because I went over to the Philippines, and believe me, going into another country and flying overseas for the first time in your life, it's fucked up. Especially when you're used to being on your own soil. No, you're not fucked either way around, Honcho. No, we're gonna take back the country. So are Canadians. I got the message. I'm gonna make the message loud and clear to everybody right now. This whole month of July. All right. Oh, I'm sorry that the phone is shaking because I'm vibrating because I'm angry with the amount of bullshit that's going on. There's a lot of you. Exactly. Old man Joe Biden ain't gonna. That guy is not going to survive another 4 years of presidency. Are you kidding me? He could barely get on and off the stage. Sooner or later, they're going to be wheeling him up there. You know? Just please. There's too many of you that are online yelling and screaming,
Hello.
crying and whining. I should turn that down. Forgot. Hang on. There we go. That's on vibrate now. There's too many of you saying things online, crying and whining, going, there shouldn't be these protests here. Blah, 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 blah. Do something about it then. They're sitting there doing something to our country. Do something about it. Get the fuck offline and go and meet them in the street and do something about it. Right? I can get as mad as I want. This is my way of venting. Yeah. We do need strong leadership. We need people. We need people like myself and Trump. Yep. And Pierre Poilievre, for crying out loud. Where was Justina Trudeau at the Calgary Stampede? Where is he? Justina, how come you didn't come to Alberta? How come you didn't come to Alberta, Justina? I wonder why. I wonder why. Maybe because you're hated here. Yeah. Maybe because everybody hates you here. Maybe because nobody likes you. Yep. And you're not welcome at the Stampede. For the first time ever, you haven't shown up at a Calgary Stampede. Ha ha! I love it. Ann, how's it going? As soon as Donald Trump gets elected, he's going to war. Now let me explain something to you guys. Why you need strong leadership. Okay? Let me explain something to you. Very briefly. And if you don't believe me, you can fact check me. I don't care. In Afghanistan, when America was going to pull out of Afghanistan and Donald Trump turned around and did the negotiations for Afghanistan and said, we are pulling out our troops, and did the negotiations with the leader of Afghanistan, he said to the translator, he said, I'll pull the troops out on conditions, right? And he said the condition is, if a single American citizen is killed or injured, I will kill you. And the translator looked at him and went like that. And Donald's like, no, tell him. Tell him. And he's like, you don't want to tell him? And the translator wouldn't tell him. He goes, don't worry. He goes, I've got something for you. Donald opens up his jacket and he reaches into his pocket. He opens up his cell phone and he brings up a picture of the Afghans leader's house. And he said, I will bomb this place. I will bomb his home if he touches so much as one American citizen while we're pulling out of Afghanistan. If he kills one American citizen, let him know that I know where his house is. And he walked away. That's the kind of leadership you need. And guess what? Not one American died going out of Afghanistan. When they pulled out of Afghanistan, not one American got touched. Why? Leadership. You need strength. No one going to take Joe Biden seriously. No one going to take Justina Trudeau seriously. Especially some weird fucking guy who wants to change the country's flag to make it more inclusive. There's nothing more inclusive than the country's flag. That's the fundamental morals and values that we stand and live by. That's it. There's nothing more inclusive than that. If you're not proud of your country's flag, go somewhere else. Go somewhere else. Go live in a different country. Seriously. I'm sick and tired of people saying, I hate Canada. I hate the United States. This country sucks. these people are garbage. Okay, well, you want to chant Palestine? You want to chant for another country? Pack your shit and get the fuck out. Leave. Go be in a different country. Because us citizens, us patriots, we love our country. This is our homeland. We're proud to be here. We are so patriotic. We are happy. We have our morals. We have our values. Don't try to change them. Don't try to change us. Don't come into our country from another country and expect that you can change our morals and values. And don't think that we're going to get offended by it. Don't get offended and cry victim when we turn around and get pissed off with you and say we're not going to no. For instance, we ought to put the 10 Commandments back up on the wall in school, all right? In each classroom, and the Canadian American flag, both. Because in North America, when I was growing up as a kid, the Canada flag and the American flag were in the classrooms. You know why? Because we had American students and we had Canadian students. Because we had families that were cross border. There was parents that worked in the United States, lived in Canada, and vice versa. There's nothing more inclusive than that. That is being inclusive. You don't start changing things and putting in these ideologies and policies that make absolutely no sense whatsoever. So this message is simple. This is the month of July. Wake up, everybody. Honcho remembers. Yes, thank you. And each day in the morning, we had to stand for the national anthem. You didn't have to sing it, but you had to stand in front of your desk. You had to stand up for the national anthem. And then after that, it was the morning announcements. Then you could sit down and listen to the morning announcements. Okay? But now, what? I don't even think. Oh, last time, yeah, my oldest said to me a few years back, Dad, they took the national anthem out of school. What? Yeah, because it's offensive. Offensive. Listen, if my country offends you, if the United States offends you, go back to your own country. Get the fuck out. Leave. We're not changing. Matter of fact, we're on the verge of civil war. See, you can only push North Americans so far. Americans and Canadians, we don't incite violence, all right? But we're only going to tolerate violence being done on our own soil for so long before we take the violence right back at you. And when we do, it's going to be scary. We're the most powerful nation on the planet for a reason. You're going to poke the bear. Yeah. And when you do, it's going to get scary. The nightmare's just beginning. Yeah. Actually, now I think about it, the terrorist protesters who are causing damage and chaos in our streets, and the immigrants, well, we're about to make your nightmare seem like a happy place. You're going to wish to God you went back to your own country. You will, because your own country is about to be a safer place than what we're about to turn in. Because if you want chaos on our streets, we're going to turn around and be lawless and chaos right back at you. You want to mask up? You want to turn around and be lawless and start stealing from us? I say it's about time us citizens, we start masking up, grouping up, and we go start robbing those immigrants. We start causing chaos with them. Yep. We go to their homeless encampments. We go to their encampments where they're in our public places not paying rent and they're illegally occupying those places. Let's go get a group of us. Let's get weapons. Let's go beat the shit out of them. They're turning around, they're being lawless and beating the shit out of our own citizens right in front of our own police, and our own police aren't doing shit. So let's go do it ourselves. Because maybe if we do it ourselves, if we go and take the violence to them, maybe then the government will turn around and actually do something. So I'm calling on the people. I'm calling on the people. It's our time. It is our time, everybody. You need to step up, or you are literally forgetting what our ancestors fought and laid their lives down for. Don't let their names go in vain. Don't you dare. You owe it to them. You all owe it to them right now. You call yourselves proud citizens and patriotic people? All right. So let's band up. Let's get a plan together as the people, and let's get a plan together quick. Okay? And let's get a plan into action. Let's take back our cities. Let's take back our country. We'll start with the cities first. We'll take back our communities. We'll take back our neighborhoods. And then we'll take back our cities. We'll push these people out. We'll get them sent back violently if necessary. We'll get them out because we are not going to be pushed around violently no more. We'll get rid of them, and then we'll take back the country. We will never, ever allow terrorists to protest on our soil and fly a terrorist flag on our soil ever again. We need to burn those flags to the fucking ground. Burn those Palestinian flags right to the fucking ground. You see a Palestinian flag flying on American soil, burn it to the ground. Doesn't belong here. Burn it. And you see Antifa running around? Fine, we're going to go play Antifa. Let's go play Antifa. We are going to play Antifa militia. Let's militia up. We're going to militia up, everybody. We got a plan. We need to have a plan in action. Enough is enough. Nothing is happening. The governments aren't doing shit. And the more we just sit back and let it happen, the more they're changing policies, the more they're running us into the ground. And the more they're going to let us in. Listen, do the math, man. Okay? There's more than 5,000 immigrants a day coming into our countries by plane. How many do you think is coming in our fucking land border? We can't go through statistics and numbers anymore because the numbers keep changing by the hour. By the minute, actually. There's no accurate number anymore. There's no accurate stat. You could throw a stat out there and then within 5 minutes, that stat's changed by maybe like 1,000 or 2,000 people, depending on how many planes have come in and where they've landed. We got major cities all across, like every single major city across this country and the United States is an absolute shithole now. With all due respect. I love Canada and the United States. I love all our cities, but let me be clear on this. Let's have some facts, okay? Los Angeles, Chicago, New York, San Francisco, Portland, to say the least. Texas, the state of Texas as well. Look what's happened. It's fucked. It's a nightmare. Look what's happening in Florida. Florida was never like that. New York was never like that. Nope. No, none of those places were like that. New York was a place that you wanted to go and see and visit. Now, you don't want to go to New York. Toronto, my home city, where I was born in, used to be a city you want to go and see. You want to go and see the Blue Jays play. You want to go see the CN Tower. You want to go and see Niagara Falls. Maybe you want to see the Maple Leafs play or a Raptors game. Nobody's talking about taking a vacation in Toronto anymore. Toronto's a shit show. Vancouver. Beautiful city. One of my favorites. Love that city. Been there many times. Small streets. Not semi-truck friendly, but nevertheless, still beautiful city. Awesome. Yet total shithole now. Total shithole. Quebec. Same thing. Montreal. Beautiful city. Lots of heritage. Beautiful, beautiful old Quebec. Beautiful cobblestone streets. Montreal, upside down. They tore it apart. Destroyed it. Same with out east. It's disgusting. The only two cities they haven't done it yet is Calgary and Edmonton, because they won't get away with it here. And I bet it breaks your heart, as it breaks mine, right? Trip, I'm sure. It breaks your heart seeing them rip apart Montreal and ruin the monuments in Montreal, protest in Montreal, destroy public property in Montreal, the beautiful landscape in Montreal, just absolutely wrecking it, wrecking everything. Historical monuments completely destroyed. Like, I don't even know how we're gonna fix those. I say we sue every single one of them who's protesting. I say anybody who's protesting for the Hamas protests and supports this Palestinian protest, I say we jail every single one of them. We open up Gitmo. We open up. We're going to have to bring something back like concentration camps. So we're going to have to open up jail camps for these people. And we're going to have to process each and every single one of them and take off their masks, profile them, picture them, and keep them under serious watch for the rest of their lives. And whoever doesn't belong here and who's on a student visa, they're gone. They're barred from Canada. They're barred from the United States. They're never coming back. They are red flagged. Their whole family name is blacklisted from this country. They're never allowed to visit. They're never allowed to come here ever. We need to do it. We need to do all this. We need to put all this in action, quick times, in honor of our veterans. Our veterans did not fight for our rights and freedoms for nothing. They did not die for nothing. And I'll be damned if we're all going to stand around and do nothing about this while they still continue to tear apart our country and take over our cities. Look at what they're doing in France. That's going to be us next. If we let it, we need to take the fight to the streets. I'm sorry to say it, but we have to do it. They're going to be violent to us if we're not violent to them. If we don't take the fight to them now, they're going to bring the fight to us, and it'll be on our doorstep. And then it'll be too late, because you won't be prepared. I'm telling you now so we can prepare now. We need to make the plan now. Do it now. We need to make a plan within by the end of the week. Okay? What are we at, Tuesday? Yeah, we need to come up with a plan by Friday. By this weekend, we need to make a move, people. Yep. Citizens of North America, by this weekend, we need to make a move. By Saturday, we need to make a move. An ultimate move. We need to make a move on them before they make a move on us. It's only a matter of time before they leave our public places and start coming into our communities, and then and then our kids aren't safe. And then your wives aren't safe. Your houses aren't safe. Nothing's safe. You don't believe me? A movement towards what? The Palestinian protests. We're done. We're sick of it. Foreign immigrants want to promote terrorism and fly terrorist flags in our country? Get the fuck out. They want to be violent towards our citizens. Immigrants want to be violent towards our citizens. I say us citizens take violence towards them. Let's go rob them. Let's go beat the shit out of them in the street and see how they like it. And send them back to their own country, because believe me, we'll make sure that they'll regret coming to our country. They'll regret coming into our country and thinking that they can rob and steal from us, rob our people and assault our people, and think that they can get away with it and get let out of jail the next day. Well, if they're going to get let out of jail the next day, then we need to start taking street justice. Time for street justice. It's time for citizen justice. Because guess what? The people wearing badges ain't doing shit. Right? I'm sick of Biden's bullshit. I'm sick of Justin Trudeau's bullshit. The people in badges ain't doing shit about nothing. So guess what? Let's do it ourselves. It's on us. The onus is on you. The onus is on you. It's up to us now. We need to make the plan as the citizens. We need to come together as the people. Right? Us born real citizens. I'm not talking about the people with a paper stamp who claim to be a Canadian, or they claim to be an American. Those aren't true Americans and they're not true Canadians, and you know it. If you were born here, you're a true patriot. And you got it in your heart. You got it right here. And I know because you're listening to me. And I know you can feel it, and I know you can feel the tingling in your body. The onus is on us. The onus is on us. They get free money. They're taking our resources. They're draining everything. This is unsustainable, everybody. Sooner or later, everything crashes. Sooner than later, everything will come down to a crash. They cannot sustain this spending. They can't. Look it. I'm not a financial expert. I didn't go to school for it. Okay. I was born in Toronto, Ontario. Marcus, salute to you, because Iowa's been through hell and back this summer. I'm praying for Iowa. Been praying for Iowa ever since all those tornadoes ripped through there. I'm out west. I'm in Alberta. Now, what we got to do together as a people, mark my words, stand together. Because if we don't, everything around us is going to change even more and more and more. And it's going to get worse and worse and worse. It's not getting better. How the hell is it getting better? Everything else is getting more expensive. You know why it's getting more expensive? They say it's inflation. It's not inflation. You turn around, you tax the fuel. Guess what? As a retired truck driver, I'll tell you something. If our wheels aren't turning, we're not making money. If our fuel costs more, then we have to turn around and we have to pay that. We have to charge our customers more to come and pick up the product. Because our fuel, we have to pay our fuel. We have to cover our cost. We can't do it for free. Like, nobody does anything for free. That doesn't make any sense. So, as soon as the truck has to charge and has no choice, not like we want to charge a customer, but as soon as that, then now we're bringing the product to the store. The store is now charging the customer that we just picked up from is now charging more to the store for demand, because they have to pay more for fuel. So they have to cover their costs. Now the store is turning around and they're trying to cover their costs. And now other stores, especially fast food places, are cutting costs. They're cutting employees that have been there for 20 plus years. Why? Because those people are making probably more than $20 an hour, which is costing the company money. The company is trying to cut costs everywhere they can, right? So they're now getting rid of employees. They're now looking for ways. They're now blaming that diversity policy bullshit and pushing out a lot of, well, basically, it's white North Americans. And basically anybody was born here and replacing us. Personally, I've had a couple friends of mine tell me that where they work, they're trying to push out the white people. And they're owned by Indians. And the Indians don't like them. So my message to the Indian people and to the foreign people who are here on my soil, if you don't like us, get the fuck out. If you don't like us, that's too fucking bad. You're in our country. You're on our soil. You don't want to rent to us? That's being racist. You're being racist towards Canadians. It's about time us Canadians and Americans fight back, tell the immigrants, you're being racist towards us, motherfuckers. You're in our house. You better respect our house, motherfuckers. You don't respect our house, we're going to beat the shit out of you. We're going to give you a beating. All right? Yeah. It's time we bring back the old school days. It's time we give these motherfuckers a beating. Yeah. I'm sick and tired of this shit. Yep. Immigrants want to turn around, run lawlessly, and turn around and hit us and shit like that? No, fuck them, man. You want to disrespect our fucking country? You want to turn around and not rent to white people? Or not rent to a black person because they're an American citizen or they're a Canadian or because they're not Indian or they're not Muslim? Fuck you. You're a racist. You're in our country. You don't like our country? You want to be racist towards our country? Get the fuck out. Get the fuck out of our country. Time for us to stand up for our own country, people. Come on. You people stop being weak. Stop being weak, motherfuckers. Come on. Where's your balls? Where's all your balls? Anybody got any balls left? Huh? Any one of you? No? Am I the only one with a set of balls? Am I the only one left with a set of fucking balls here anymore? Because I'm sick and tired of watching our fucking world burn. Every single day is getting worse. So when are we going to stand up? Are we just going to sit and talk about it online? When are we going to stand up, have a fucking plan of action, and put it into action? The fucking Palestinian fucking terrorist protesters have a plan in action. They're already on the boots on the ground. What the fuck is wrong with you motherfuckers? You're too lazy. Get off your fucking asses, man. We own guns. We have body armor. What the fuck are you doing? We're not going to wait for them to fucking come and raid our homes. Let's go fight. Our ancestors fought for our rights and freedoms. We're on that doorstep right now. We are. Whether you want to believe it or not. Okay? They pulled a blanket over your eyes. They pulled the wool over our eyes, and they've shielded it. Whether you want to see it or not, this is what's happening. Okay? Civil war is on our doorstep. So, if we don't take the fight to them now and defend ourselves, then we're in deep shit. Then they're going to be breaking into our homes. They already are. And Amber, I'm talking about taking back our country. Both Canada and the United States. Ending the Palestinian protests. They're terrorists. You see a Palestinian flag flying around? Burn it. Burn it to the ground. Doesn't deserve to fly in this country. Nope. That's not our country flag. Nope. Burn that flag to the fucking ground. You see Palestinian protesters committing crime in your neighborhood? Get your guns out, point your guns at them, and tell them, you better quit that shit or I'll shoot you in the street. Yep, arm yourselves. Lock and load. They're being lawless. And you know what? The guys with badges, they're not doing anything. Amber's right. If you're in our country, you respect this country. You respect our country. You don't get to change our country. You don't get to change our ways. You don't get to change what our ancestors fought for, our rights and freedoms. You don't get to change our ways. You want to change ways? You want your ways back? Go back to your own country. Yeah. Back to your own country. Quick times. Here, I'll help you pack. Right? We'll give you a one-way ticket back. See ya. right? Or we'll send you to Epstein's Island. Go survive there yourself. Go chant free, free Palestine there. I'd love it if the gay fucking community went over. We sent a whole plane full of those motherfuckers over to Palestine. See if they survive chanting that. Listen, you don't have the right to protest nothing. You're protesting genocide. You're protesting terrorism. You're intruders. You're invaders in our country. And we have the right to come and beat the shit out of you. We have the right to fight you. We have the right to assault you. We have the right to destroy your encampments. And we definitely have the right to fight for our country. Because you know what? Lest we forget. Our veterans did. We had this fight before. This fight was just on a different soil. It was on a different continent. Now this fight's right on our doorstep. They don't want to tell you that. Mainstream media won't tell you that. They won't. And they will try to hide it as much as they can on social media and keep it from being spread around. But the fact is, it's right here on our doorstep. We're in a fight for our rights and freedoms all over again. We are. We have terrorists on our soil they're chanting genocide. They're terrorizing our Jewish communities. They're terrorizing our own people. Right here. They're shooting up schools. Literally, they're shooting. I'm not talking about drugs, I'm talking about bullets. They're taking over public spaces that we pay taxes for. We're paying taxes for. And yet we're letting these immigrants in to our country to chant and protest and fly around terrorist flags. I say we take those terrorist flags and we burn them. Okay? We start burning the terrorist flags. If you see a Palestinian flag flying around, burn it. Burn that flag to the ground. I'll help. Oh yeah. I'll burn that shit. We'll put it on live stream. We'll probably go viral. I'm telling you right now, we all need a plan. Okay, it's a month of July. Let's not forget our veterans. Okay, now's the time to take back our country. This is a chance. Okay, this is our month. Imagine being this dumb and confident. Imagine being this stupid to make that kind of a comment and then automatically getting hidden on channel. Bye bye, loser. So, everybody have a great day. All right? Don't forget. Don't just honor the veterans on July 1st and July 4th. Honor them the entire month. After all, right? The Fruit Loop people and the alphabets, right? They have the entire month of June. All right? So the least you could do is devote the entire month of July to our veterans. And don't forget the sacrifices that they made for the rights and freedoms right now that you're taking for granted. You know you are. Okay? So, you don't have balls, that's your problem, right? If you wanna be in the snowflake community and those far little lefties, right? And your feelings get hurt too often, that's your fucking problem, not mine. Okay? You wanna live in fantasy world? That's your fucking problem, not mine. Right? We storming the White House or what? Yeah, I wish. I wish. Right? I mean, that at this point, that probably wouldn't be a bad idea. I mean, we could put that in play, right? I'm speaking up for those of you as well who have that voice, but you're not allowed to speak that voice because your careers are at jeopardy and whatnot. Mine's not. Yeah. I don't give a fuck anymore. Things need to be said. There's a lot of things that need to be said. Yep. And if we don't say it, and we just keep our mouths shut, and we just keep smiling away, then things will keep changing. And then sooner or later, they're going to be in total control. Mark my words. right? And that's that whole hurt. Those, their feelings get hurt. Culture, cancel culture bullshit. Yeah. Delusional Biden is gonna run for presidency again. I'm not an American, but I sure as hell wouldn't trust a senile old prick who shits and pisses himself and can't remember what he's doing or what he's saying on stage to be the leader of the most powerful nation on earth. No. No. Misty, thank you for subscribing. Appreciate you. And welcome. It's facts, everybody. We know that, right? Look at his performance, right? At the presidential debate. And they're backing it up and they're saying, "Oh, he had a cold. He wasn't feeling well. He he was having an off night." What? That dude went from talking from one subject, got lost in another subject, okay? And then went 3 blocks down, got lost again. GPS said do a U-turn, okay? And then he was sitting there going, and then we beat pharmacare. And then all of a sudden now we're talking about pharmacare. Holy shit. Damn straight. Donald Trump respects you. Donald Trump respects all of you. Albertans, we respect Canadians. Look who's about to lead our country. An Albertan. Pierre Poilievre's from Calgary. I moved to Alberta 10 years ago. You know why? I left a liberal state. Okay? I was in a liberal province, surrounded by it. As soon as I figured it out, as soon as I literally figured out that I was basically stuck in a liberal shithole and I couldn't prosper here, I was gone. I left. I went somewhere where your rights and freedoms and constitutional rights and freedoms are respected and always will be. The province of Alberta will always be free. We will always respect rights and freedoms here. And that's why we turn around and revoke the federal government. That's why we do not tolerate our rights and freedoms being trampled on. And we won't have it. Oh, I'm a proud Albertan, all right? Ladies, don't do anything too crazy. Have a plan of action, all right? And for crying out loud, you won't have to worry about bail money because after all, right? The immigrants are turning around and assaulting people, and then they're letting them right back out of jail 12 hours later. Yeah. Yeah. So, and more fun facts, right? The cops in New York are even outnumbered and being tossed around like rag dolls by these immigrants. So if the cops aren't safe, well, do I need to spell it out for all of you in big capital letters or what? Huh? Then that means we're not safe. Hello. That means you need to take matters into your own hands. Yeah. And some advice for all of you right now. Stop walking around with your headphones on. I've seen people walking around. You're walking around like your head's in space. You got your headphones on thinking that the world around you is not dangerous. You're not being vigilant. Yep. Yep. That makes a bit sense. Yep, Misty, I got charged with assault, but they could turn around and assault me and they didn't get charged. I got a lawyer. I'm taking them to court. I won't get into details on that, but that's where that's going. And that was by two immigrants that weren't even from this country. So yeah, I've got. Oh yeah, those two officers, if they value their careers, man, they're going to turn around and they're not going to take this to a trial, because if we take it to a trial, they're going to be embarrassed on the stand. That's for sure. Yep. I'll make them public profile number one. Hell yeah. You want to turn around and not protect? Who do you protect? The people with the badge. Who do you protect? You're sworn on oath. Let me remind our police officers something right now across all of North America. You have an oath. You're sworn to protect the citizens of the country that you live in, not foreign immigrants. You're here to protect the people, not them. Not some Joe Schmo you don't even know. Got that? Couldn't be more fuck clear than that. Plain fucking simple. Okay? I'm out. Okay? It's been an hour. I gotta take a leak. Okay? And I'm not taking all of you to the bathroom with me. Absolutely not. Thanks for hearing me out, though. I hope you guys all have a safe and blessed day. Okay? Take care of each other. It's hot as hell out there. It is. Make sure if you see the kids outside too long playing, go check on them, right? Check on your seniors, okay? Please check on the seniors, okay? You don't know if one of your neighbors, their AC is not working, their fan's not working, they may need some water, something, right? Because if you know any of your seniors that are in your neighborhoods, and you know that your weather's really hot and you're under heat advisory, please just do your due diligence. Just go out there, knock, check on them, say hi. Just ask, is there anything I could do? Are you okay? Are you staying cool? Right? That's all. It just takes just dedicate not even an hour. Just go around your neighborhood, just in your block, right? And you know who your seniors are in your neighborhood. If you live in a community where everybody knows everybody, then you know who they are. So go and see them. Thank you for tuning in, everybody. And it's a month of July. Please remember our veterans the whole month. Dedicate this month to them. Let's dedicate July to veterans. Let's make it Veterans Month. I opt to make it Veterans Month. That's just me, but let's make it happen. Okay? Let's make July Veterans Month. I'm out. Peace.